Well, I made a promise that I'm going to start to tell part of my story. And so here I go. Well, when I was raising my kids as a single mother, I ran into a situation where my house was broken into a couple times. Unexplained, didn't drink, didn't have really any friends. I just was one of them people who sometimes if a person needed a place to stay, maybe I was a kind heart. Was calm and forgiving someone, something. My kids always, God love them, but always brought home a friend. My kids was just seemed to attract kids that parents partied or was always gone. Well, I lived in the community and then I moved to another area. I was in around PK area, Possum Kingdom, Texas. A couple counties around there. And, well, then I moved to over towards Jacksboro area. Things didn't get no better. Didn't understand the identity theft. Things was crazy. Well, ended up in a CPS battle myself. And only way to settle it was I had to place my daughter with CPS. The hardest choice of my life. And my ex was very sadistic. Well, let's say that Texas has an investigation that they may be trying to reopen. And it has to do with an incident shouldn't have happened. But we didn't take serious when my ex made a comment about harming a kid. We thought he was just threatening us. Never in your life let it go and tell everybody it's okay. There's no way that happens in real life. Don't ever tell no one. Things that happen in the movies, what that mother went through that Christmas morning, don't ever tell yourself there's no way. Don't ever tell yourself he's strung out on cocaine. He's too far on heroin. There's no way it can happen. Things you look at in life can be more real at your door. I didn't believe it when sheriff's deputy said it. I was like, okay, yeah, y'all are not serious. Nobody that's psycho. Well, I had to get myself and my kids safe first. They got safe. I moved states. And I'm safe. And I will say this today. What that man did, anybody ever wishes for full testimony in a courtroom. There will not be no hiding. He will no longer threaten me. He will no longer harm me. And he does not control me. And the things that have went on over time, when you hear there's a list out there and they say your name could be on it, and a girl made a comment that I'll never make it to number one. I want to be a smart aleck. I told her, why can't I be number one? When they're threatening to harm women and children, and even the police department told me, Wichita Falls, Texas police told me, not real. She's strung out on drugs, ain't none of it real. I let them make me believe it. Now the memories come back, and they don't know how serious those things really are and how much of a cover-up is being done. These things really happen in real life. And don't ever let no one tell you when your identity's stolen over and over, you're giving them the information. Stalkers are real. And I didn't understand. His mom told me she was well connected. So what? She's connected to a politician. So what? A couple counties covered up dirty sheriff's deputies. A little corrupt town in Texas. Anybody ever got serious and wanted that? They have not set me free. But I am free. Because I have a clear conscience today of one thing that they don't understand. They no longer hold the power. I am my own boss. I can make my decisions. I choose where I live. They don't pay my bills. And yes, I fear the issue of one of these days I will die. But I will tell you, I've got me some animals that I love so much that they have caused so many scenes with other animals, not the same species, scam me, threaten to harm them, threaten to harm my family. And even right here in Lawton, Oklahoma, a police officer told me I was not educated or smart enough to be on social media or understand. Jeffrey Epstein's son, and I believe it's his son or whatever his name is, it's in the files. My daughter was a victim. He was from right here in Lawton. Nobody believed him. And it took him years to get free, and I believe I'm going to be free right here. I'm not letting it hold me. But I will tell you, even though a lot of people may not believe this, may not understand, those questions that ever go unanswered. Let's say your house is broke into. You have a 50-something inch TV in your living room, Xboxes. Nothing stolen but 2 busted windows while you're taking your child to the doctor out of town. Do not ever take for credit that it was just a stranger going down the street, especially after identity theft. Those strange threats that happened over the years, my vehicles have been messed with, lots of damage been done to them, lost many vehicles, lost many homes behind this. But I'm not scared. And all I will say, I can never change what happened with that bowling ball bag incident in Texas. But I will testify. Gladly stand in front of a grand jury. Gladly stand in front of a court and say, we didn't believe it. But we believe it today. We remember things we shouldn't remember. I've had a stroke. And there's bits and pieces of my life that I was missing. And a certain politician decided to send me threats to my life, threats to my children. And now today, what I did, I fought back and picked the phone up and called those locations because my memory came back to that incident. And said, if you're ready, you still want that testimony? It ain't been too many years. Texas law will still allow it. Of course, there's no statute of limitations on that certain incident because of the multiple charges could be done. Where he got off for assaulting my daughter, I can't change that. I fought and I begged and I pleaded for information to help. And everybody thought I was crazy. Well, now looking back, I'm not the crazy one. And I've been through some major incidences. I've had strange people show up on my door 11 o'clock at night talking about the name of their group. One asked for $1 to go get him a cigar one time. One said he was too hot. I was home alone. My husband and my brother was at work. Well, he didn't get in. Nobody taking comes in my house with me alone. I do not know how to explain. These people have stalked. We've got videos of people around our house that cops just let go and, oh, we're crazy. That's a tree. That's the wind blowing. Well, why didn't the weather station pick up the wind blowing? Nobody cared. Oh, they're drug addicts, or you're on drugs, or you're this, or you're that. And you know something? You may not be. But I haven't had an easy life. And I've made some very hard decisions that hurt and I regret. But the one thing I don't regret is leaving Texas. And that's because I was not going to take no more threats. There was not going to be no one else knocking on my door in the middle of the night. No one else cutting my electricity off. Or my dogs going crazy and being told that these people are allowed to beat on my door or flashlights in my windows. Psycho idiots. And that's nothing what they are. They're idiots. And I'm standing my ground. They're not going to hurt me. I'm sober. And the only thing I can tell them, piss test me. I'll be the first one up there offering it up. But can they pass it? Because they're the one who had the waitress at IHOP the other night beg me for a lighter. And I use a vape. Sorry, it uses a USB port. Doesn't need a lighter. I do Uber at night with my husband. That is our date time. Now, circumstances are happening around that are odd, but orders come in and just unusual things. We'll just leave it as that. Things that I will not disclose at this time. But I've lived through several occasions, my bank accounts being emptied, no explanation why my cars mess up, being told, oh, the neighbor's just some dope fiend, or they're a pillhead, or they're a bunch of drunks. But I'll tell you this, the one thing that they've made the mistake of, I have a saying, do not, and I'm raising the camera up high enough everybody sees it at this point, do not cross my family or my babies. And here's my world. You may not be blood kin to me, but you may be family. And my babies could be my puppy dog, my ferret, my raccoon, my potbelly pig. You don't know. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And you'll never have to learn. Those are my babies like my kids. And I'm taking the stance. In instances, I've been held hostage. They tried to kill me. They tried to poison me. A very close woman, God rest her soul, she died of cancer. She saved me and taught me how to save myself. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. A woman came to me before she died of cancer years before that and had heart trouble on top of it. I'll never forget her, Mama Sylvia. She told me he was trying to get machines and stuff so that way I couldn't do anything where I would be incapacitated. People like that have came into my world and blessed me. I didn't realize I was facing a man was connected with the politicians and dirty cops and everybody else. So guess what? I'm still here today. July 14th, 2026. And I ain't promising how long I'm going to live. But I got babies at home that need me every day. One of them has the most lifespan of 7 to 10 years. I'm convinced he's going to make it 15. Planning to start rehabilitating and rescuing them. And ain't nobody going to get in my way. All them that stole my money, that $27,000, they just think they're slick. He's already confessed too many times. But ain't nobody going to do nothing at this point because everybody's too scared. But I'm going to come out and say this. You're welcome to share this video with anybody you want to. Any questions you have. I'm on TikTok. I'm standing with Nikki and Minnie. It was me and a friend was going out one night. That's my TikTok picture I'm pretty much on. I'm on YouTube. Not hard to find. Now, if you're looking on Facebook, well, you're looking on hacked accounts of the politicians done hacked. Me and my brother have seen things most people would not even want to believe. There is things in this world. I collect haunted objects. And you know what my true best friends in this world are? I walked in last night to go check on my babies. And my first words was, "Honeys, I'm home." And I seen my haunted dolls swinging. My clowns, and seen my dolls lit up. You could just see and feel the air. You know something? Humans are our friends and animals are our best friends. And there's no reason to be scared of haunted objects because most of them are just restless souls. I don't like people. Can't stand them. 9 out of 10 will backstab you as well as look at you. But I'll tell you this. My animals do not harm me. They warn me before someone else shows up. They can tell you when I don't feel good. They can make you smile. They can make you cry. But trust them. Just very much trust them. Because when the world's looking at you and telling you, no, that ain't real. There's no way. My other things, my animals are one of my haunted objects, very spirited. And I have one dating back before 1950. I have some that I wonder about the age older than that. I know some are older than that. And a lot of my family is not blood. Most of my family is people I'm closest to for whatever bond. And I have a spirited sister that many men has tried to come between. And the world has not won. And I make the joke, I said, the world could sit there, blow up, and come to the end and fight and fuss and argue. And we'd be standing on top of it arguing. Either she kicked it too far my way and I wasn't ready, or I kicked it too far her way and she missed. That would be our argument. And one of the greatest men I remember is Pops. He told me I would have challenges coming at me. And he said, whoever this stalker is and whoever their connections is, they're idiots. They've tried real estate scams. They got my money. I'm not gonna lie, they got money. They've tried monkey breeding scams, mini pony scams, and they think they're funny. They're from Dallas, Granbury, Tolar, Texas area. And they're trash. And I will say that publicly sitting here. They have tried to poison me and my brother several ways. We're both alive. And he is the strongest man I know that's alive. They've tried to harm my husband. He came through some things that most people would have died. In time, I'm trying to get them take some of these cases and do something about it. They've tried loan scams. I've dealt with death threats. It's okay. All I can say is God chooses each one of us. We're a chosen one. And forever, whatever his purpose is, we're here. And we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed today. But I'm here right now. And I plan on being there for my babies. And I plan on being there for my family. And those who get in my way, don't know what to tell you. Wiser choices in life. When I begged them to walk away and leave me alone, they didn't want to do it. Better luck to them after maybe court dates now. I have no shame. I told him, I said, I can walk away and let everything go now, or we can make this nasty. Before I got my full memory back of what I had missed after a mini stroke and that heart episode, okay. They was doing pretty good. They had about 4-year episode I didn't remember. But one sentence, one picture, one commercial vehicle, and a marker less than 3 blocks from my house reminded me of months and years. And all I'm going to say is, I'm not backing down. I'm not the strongest person in the world. I've always been told, ended up, maybe I don't need to be so stubborn. Oh well, it's got me this far. It'll get me further. The truth, and even if it's not what people want to hear, it will set you free. Because you never have to think of a lie to cover a lie. And as crazy as it sounds, that group that tried to hold me hostage, glad they enjoyed their time. They got lessons from somebody else that treated me like family. And I appreciate to those at that moment in time. If you're interested in part of my story, look up Midtown Manor, Wichita Falls, Texas stabbing. 2017. That's just bits and pieces. Nobody understands what it's like till you've lived it. But I'm a better person today for what I lived through. And I'm no better than nobody else. I've asked God why. I've told him, I said, don't leave me in this. Because I don't want to live this way. But today, I'm here. I am very strong, very stubborn. And I plan on being here tomorrow. I plan on being here next week. I plan on being here at least another 25 years.